Hello, Big Brother fans. Those of you who do not like spoilers, put your arrow over the X or at least over the screen so you can pause it, because once I'm done with the episode review, then we're going to go into spoilers and or talk about the future game. Anyway, this is a review of episode 27 of season 13 of Big Brother. Let's see, Portia and Kalia were talking about the veto and how they needed to win it to take themselves off. But Adam keeps saying, I need to win it, because if they win it, then they'll take themselves off and I'll go up. And then Portia and Kalia realized that it would be best if they let Adam win it and use it, and then they would Rachel would be forced to put Jordan up in their place. Well, Kalia tried to talk a good game, a little later on in the episode. She says that she can sell water to a well. Well, I guess the well wasn't buying this season. This season, was it? Anyway, when Adam said that he wanted to win it, Jordan said, no, why would you want to do that? And he said, for shits and giggles. And she goes, but if you use it, then that would mean I would have to go up. And I guess he was at that point trying to pacify her that he would not use it. But she still was on edge, you could tell. So Otev, of course, returned once again for the next competition. And Adam was talking about how he needed to win it because he needed to build his resume for the jury. Meaning he's going to go all the way, and he needs things under his belt in order to prove to the jury that he wasn't there as a floater. And I've said it even, up to 2 weeks ago, that of course when you're down to just so many people in the house, and then, the HOH, whoever's in power, is not allowed to play, you're going to get a lot more wins under your belt. I mean, I just think that the later wins until you're in the final HOH, and you floated this entire season, they're not real wins, just at least to me. So Jordan said she had to fight to win the veto because she wanted to make sure she wasn't put up as a replacement nomination, and of course Rachel wanted to win because she wanted her nominations to stay. Well, that didn't happen. Jordan was the first out, Rachel was the second out, Kalia was the third out, and Portia was the fourth out because she got there really early, but then when she started going over the question in her head, she realized she had the wrong pie and had to go find the right one, and Adam was able to sneak in time and win the veto. So, as we all know, he did not use it, which crushed Kalia. Everybody was complaining about how Rachel was, always crying and putting up her fusses and fights, and no one really said a whole lot other than in a diary room entry about Kalia and her boo-hooing all over the place. She knew she was a goner, bless her heart. Next we cut to the jury house, and they all were asked who they wished would be the next one coming in. Danielle said that she thought perhaps Adam, and then Jeff said hopefully Shelley, and then Danielle said to Brendan, oh, maybe it'll be Rachel, because I'm sure you miss her. But anyway, Jeff and Shelley went at it just a tad, and all I can say is bitter much. He's not gotten over it yet, and hopefully by next week things will change. Next week? Yeah, we might get a glimpse. No, we probably won't get a glimpse tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get any more glimpses now that I think about it. Possibly. We'll have to see Kalia getting there, right? Kalia's speech at the end for them to to keep her in the game, I thought it really rocked. I think she really put her heart out there and told them exactly what what was what, and her telling Adam that he needed to start playing like an all-star and not a fan was totally on point, because he's been, you know, bowing and bending and scraping for, you know, these vets, and, you know, just putting them up on a higher pedestal, and it's kind of like, get over it, you know, get in this game and really play. But yeah, whatever, you know, he's floated his way this long. All I'm saying is he's probably going to be at the very end, and I really wouldn't be surprised if he won. We'll see. Next, they told us that it is time for us to vote for America's favorite, 25K. Well, Mother asked me, what do you know, who do you think they'll vote for? And I have to say, you know, it's like, well, to me, it's kind of still early in the game, because I've always just thought that someone that's been kicked and in the jury house should possibly get it, you know what I mean? And not someone that's still left in the house, and or someone who has truly stood out and you just kind of really were rooting for them, but they were the underdog. And I have to say, this season, not one person has actually stood out that way to me, other than Rachel really, really trying her hardest and just putting her entire 200% into the game. But then, you know, I'm sure a lot of people can't look past that obnoxious Rachel, you know what I'm saying? So the chances are very slim of her winning it. But if I was forced to vote for someone, it would be either her or Jordan, because Jordan is just so flippin' likable, you know what I mean? And the only thing I would think that America would think about was that she's already won. Why don't we let somebody else have some money? You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm not even sure who would win, truly. Finally, the fortune teller spoke. Oh, thank God. Because they were messing with that thing through the entire season, to the point where they were told to stay away from it. And so she finally started talking. And it was interesting because she would wake them up all night long. And, you know, when you're sleepy, you're not totally focused. So you can't, I can understand how Portia was having a hard time with the exact wording of these things. Because, you know, when you're groggy, you're not going to remember these kind of things. Anyway, Adam won the HOH, and tomorrow, now, I kind of got distracted. So tomorrow is going to be the nominations, and I believe the final veto. Anyway, so that's about it for the episode review. Now is the time you're going to either want to punch the pause on the video screen or hit the X to get out of here if you do not like spoilers. Okay, so for the spoiler, I earlier had put out a video saying that Jordan and Rachel were up on the block and that Portia had won the POV. However, I just went back. I went back on the boards to read what was going on while I was out watching the actual show, and it says here that Adam just confirmed that Portia won the veto, but is also on the block with Jordan. So that means that Jordan is most likely going to be up there with Rachel, and Portia is going to be the one to decide who it is that's going to go. Well, also earlier in that evening when Portia was talking to Adam, she was saying that someone who hasn't won should be able to win. So my guess is Jordan was seen ironing her, her eviction dress, and I have a feeling she's going to wear it, unfortunately. I mean, I say unfortunately, but, you know, everyone's got to go, right? And I kind of like that idea, only because, like I said, she's already won, and while I would like to see, I don't know, I would really like to see Rachel win, only because, like I said, she has really fought throughout this game her hardest, and she's won. She's won things earlier in the season, and at least put 100% into it and gotten, at least further in the games and competitions and whatnot. But yeah, it's just really hard to say. Portia did step up her game, but in my opinion, she stepped it up way, way, way too late. But kind of really at this point, I think if it has to be anybody, I would prefer it be either Portia or Rachel. I'm not sure if Rachel will get the necessary votes, but I would like to not see Adam at the very end, because like I said, he floated his way to the very, very end, and even though he wants to build his resume for the jury, I think he's a day late, dollar short, in my opinion. Anyway, I've talked myself to death today, so I will see you guys tomorrow, okay?